Good evening, guys. How's been the week? How's been our weekend? So I hope we're able to reflect and also take some time to meditate on how the trading week has been. The first thing I would like to talk about is the issue of the war going on that Iran and that of Israel started again, and this is really affecting the markets. If you check your crude oil now, the price is just pumping up. Is 70, it's not 70, it's something last time I checked. So that's my barrel. I'm ready. I'm working on a package that I will later push in the community based on how whenever we are having never forget that we have the Russia and the Ukraine, which has been, and that of the Iran too. So the effect of the war and how it also affects dollar. I'm already preparing something on that which I will also send to the community so that we can see how we can take advantage of the war. So please make sure you're always checking your fundamentals before doing anything this time around. Yeah, make sure you're checking your fundamentals. Right. I know for last week we had this analysis on AUD Seychelles and we had a projection that we're expecting this particular drop to the downside. And I was so happy when I posted it and Billion said he also took the sell. So the point is we're seeing this here, this is a 4 hours time frame. So we're seeing all these movements here as a kind of correction. And we're hoping that the market can come back to this particular 4 hours over here and we should have a sell. And when we had analysis that everybody marked out the 4 hours, I was able to call the attention of the community to this particular psychological price here. And that was where Billion also took himself from to. And I said the market can come and induce that particular hobby. For the sake of me, I will be taking a sell in that place, but I will cover the entry for this particular order block, which is this 4 hours order block. So what happened is the market came into that part, it was a sniper entry, and I was using almost 15 pips stop loss. And I have that 15 pips because I wanted to cover the open price of this particular order block here, this 4 hours order block. So market came into that particular price and market just tapping and the market continued dropping. And currently now I'm looking at a trend continuation, which was what I was trying to show Billion. Let me show you. So for the 4 hours time frame, I'm looking at a kind of correction back to this particular hand there. Please, I hope everybody can hear me, right? I hope everybody can hear me. I hope everybody can hear me. So for AD Seychelles, I'm expecting correction back to this particular zone. If we're looking at it, we have a whole 4 hours will be here. So I was still able to refine to this side price within that 4 hours will be. So the market come back to that level, which I have my entry. So I'm there. I'm expecting this continuation. And one of the reasons why I'm expecting that is let's check the weekly candle. So we had a very strong bearish candle from the week, which is last week. So I'm expecting the second continuation. So any pullback we are having, I will see it as very good pullback. And another thing is, we're expecting markets to come back to this weekly OB after we had this whole correction. Yeah, the whole thing was a correction. It seems already aligning with that higher time frame. That was the reason why I took the sell in that 4 hours time frame. We have the market shift to the downside, which is this level. Yeah, and I was expecting market to trace back to this level, which the market respects psychological price, and we had this drop. So also, I'm expecting that same correction back to these 4 hours of have more sales to the downside. So the internal structure has also already aligned with that of the weekly time frame. So that's one of the major reasons why I'm taking sell on this particular guy. And I will say that I also have something on AUD USD, also based on the weekly time frame, which showed us on the weekly time frames. Okay, so if you check what we have on AUD USD, if you notice, we have this particular is a very big correction to the upside. And since this is a weekly time frame, we are having this particular weekly order block here. We've been looking at this weekly order block for almost a month plus now, which we're expecting a shift to the downside, which on the lower time, so that we can join the sell on ADUSD. So currently now, last week gave us a strong bearish candle. A strong bearish candle. If you are to check Fibonacci, notice it's already at a very good premium price, and that's why we're looking at how the market can give us a good entry on lower time frame. And last week gave us this very strong bearish pin. And because of that, I was looking at it yesterday and I felt like, okay, we had this very strong bearish pin bar for last week. Let's see what the lower time frame can give to us. So we still have a drop, which was on Friday. And on 4 hours, we have this internal structure shift. Structure shift downside there. And because of that, this was a very good movement for me. I'm seeing this as impulse based on this 4 hours time frame. So I'm seeing this as impulse and seeing this level as kind of correction. And the sell area happens to be on the 1 hour order block. Yes, it's a 1 hour order block here I'm looking at. Now for ADUSD, I think I'll be conservative in taking the sell. So I'm looking at this drop here. So that means following our rules and the way we trade, I'm seeing this as a kind of correction already. Why this level here is already an impulse movement to the downside that took out this particular 4 hours move to the downside. So for those of us who trade ADUSD, this is a very good setup I'm looking at also for the week, and I'll be expecting this guy to drop down to as low as this particular level here. Looking at this like price, I'm also looking at taking partial profit here, getting to that level. That's around almost 150 pips to the downside. So this is a very good OB here. You can see this is a 4 hours OB, which we were expecting market to even mitigate before going up before now. Yeah, this is a 4 hours OB. So if I'm taking this sell, I will consider taking a lot of profit when market come back to the 4 hours, because on these 4 hours, market may likely also give us good correction back to the upside. So for the sake of 1 hour time frame, I'm having a very good OB here to take a sell on AED USD, which I will advise for anyone. Let's just be conservative in taking the sell. Yeah, let's be conservative in taking the sell. So if you have your entry conditions, like me, I'm looking at a P bar within that particular level, based on different kind of time frame as your entry condition. So that's for ADUSD, which is very, very close to that entry, because I'm expecting, for those of us who want to do intradays, yes, for scalper, so I'm expecting another bounce from this particular level here, which market can give maybe even on 15 minutes. The market is not struggling within this particular level here, so I'm expecting a shift on that level to this supply level, which give us a very good level to also sell from. So that's that for ADUSD. I have a USD card. I know we've been looking at USD card for how many weeks now? USD card, and on the okay, we have it on the weekly time frame. Yeah. So if you notice, this guy has been a bullish market, and we had this good correction. So market is coming back to this weekly OB. This is a weekly OB here, and we're expecting markets to give us a good reaction within this particular line. And currently now, I was looking at it on the daily, that I'll even be expecting a market reaction within this particular zone. We check, this is a daily OB now. Which market is coming to that particular daily OB? So my target is, if the market can give us a daily reaction, imagine having a daily pin bar within this particular zone. So it will be a very good area to deal with. So if I can see a daily pin bar within this particular OB, definitely I'll be looking for a way to take a buy from this particular. So we'll be looking for a way to join this buy from this particular region. So which I advise, let's see a daily candle out of the 5 days we have for this week. Let's see a daily candle within that. Let's see the reaction. Imagine having a bullish pin bar on the daily within that particular range. That's a sign that the market is giving us. Because if you see the way the market dropped that last week, this is a very strong bearish candles. It's better to see a very good confirmation for us taking a buy for AUD USD. So I'm looking at the daily zone. Yeah, I don't want to step down too far. So I want to see market reaction. That's the daily zone. Okay, having said that, I also have something on the USD share, so which happens to be a sell continuation. And the reason was that is to check the weekly time frame there. I had a very strong bearish movement for that last week. And because of that, I even checked other zones down here. The guy is just dropping. And because of that, I'm also looking for that second position. Yeah. And 4 hours. So 4 hours is giving me this particular level. As you know that I also trade psychological price. So I'm looking at this OB here, and we're having liquidity above this area. So definitely, if market push back based on how the market is moving now, back to this particular OB here, and it's giving me a good entry condition. So that means if you continue with this correction, I've got here we have something like this. Definitely, I'm taking a sell from this particular level. So I will expect them to liquidate the liquidity within this range before selling. And if anything happens within this other block, which is this 4 hours other block, then I want to sell from this side price. That will be the second level I want to trade for. So that's what I'm looking at, which is the sell continuation. Already have the impulse movement correction. We had another impulse movement on that correction. So a valid 4 hours will be, which has a liquidity. That's why we're switching the entry condition for that as a chef. Okay, let me show you something on Euro card before we open this up. For Euro card, I'm expecting a buy for the week. So which I'm expecting markets to come to this particular 4 hours. To check, I already marked it out. I would like to check for entry conditions to take a buy for my Euro card. So I love the way the market is giving us this correction back. I love it compared to the impulse movement we had here. So by the time market gets here, definitely maybe on 15 minutes or 1 hour, we see market reaction giving us an entry condition, taking a buy to this level. And then I'm expecting about almost 250 or 240 pips to the upside. Yeah, almost 250 pips to the upside. So if you have a very good entry here, that would be a very good trade for us to take for a week. And for New Zealand card, the New Zealand card is a sell continuation. I've been waiting for this guy. Let me show you something on the daily. Okay, so this guy has been ranging through within this particular zone. And I was like, if you want to break to the upside, let's know how far. So though the market is still within that particular range, but internal structural shift to the downside on 4 hours for last week. And I was like, okay, since we have this shift, there's a shift change of character to the upside. We check, we've been having a kind of movement here. I was expecting to take out this high, which they failed to take out this high. And we have this low that gave us a new movement. Definitely there's a shift from that movement to the downside. And I refined back to, and this will be a 1 hour. So I'm expecting them to give us a correction back to this level, to the downside. So that's for New Zealand card. Okay, yeah, somebody was talking about BTC. So for BTC, I have a very good setup. I don't really like selling BTC. I think it's on the daily. I don't really like selling it. I always prefer to take a buy. Check my chart. I've always looked for buy BTC. So, but looking at this internal structure here, I'm seeing the whole movement here as impulse movement. And currently now, BTC is giving us a good correction. And even though I was looking at 97 here, and 97 or 96 to bounce back from, that's a 4 hours OB. Yeah, that's the 4 hours. And because of the correction movement we have on BTC, so I'm now looking at this particular OB here on 4 hours. This is a very good OB. And you can see I'm already marketed that. The market gave us impulse movement here, and we are currently having this correction. And you know the way I've been trading now, let me show you. We have this 4 hours OB, and we're also having the side price aligning that 4 hours. That's one of the reasons why I even choose, okay, let me short BTC a little bit to the downside. So it's a trade I'm looking at for the week, which I'll be taking a sell from. The market gave me a good entry condition here. But at the long run, I'm expecting the market to drop back to these 4 hours will be at 97,000 level can catch, and that impulse movement to the upside. So guys, it's like trade I'm looking up to for the week. And in respect to what I've showed us, please question about the setup so that we can also have our contribution, guys. The floor is open, the floor is open, the floor is open. Let's discuss.
Okay, Mr. Banks.
Okay.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
So basically, I've been on shorts on BTC since like I think 9 or thereabout.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I have cold. So I actually took the entry from like 15 minutes, but a 1 hour. I refined my OB.
Would you like to
I used
project?
like a 1 hour. Sir?
Would you like to project?
Of course, I'd
Okay.
love to.
Oh, let me allow you. So you can share them.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So I have this outlook on my for BTC. So I saw this shift to the downside, price service liquidity, and then I came down to these 4 hours. And if you see these 4 hours, I have this 4 hours reconstruction to the upside, and this OB here. But price broke out the OB without reaction and making it a breaker block. So I just drew it down here. And if you also see this breaker block, it has been like a very strong key level. Price has been respecting it, has been acting as support and resistance levels for quite some time now. Resisted the price here, supported the price here, broke out, and is resisting the price here. So I'm like, okay, this is a good confluence here. Then I dropped down to 1 hour to observe it more. Then I saw, so we had this shift down to this side. We caught this one, I think on Thursday or thereabout, down to the downside with this OB here, with this break of to the downside, with this OB here. And I marked out this place as liquidity initially for price to like come down to this place. But so when I opened my chart and this morning, I saw this shift to the downside. And if you see this particular shift, it's not just happening like anywhere. It's above the 50% level that this shift is happening. So I went to my 15 minutes. So if you look at this 15 minutes, what I can see here is that break of structure to the upside, change of character. So at 15.
Hello, we can't hear you.
Good evening, Mr.
Hey,
Banks.
yeah, good.
Yep, I'm fine. Sorry, Mr. Banks, can you please analyze Euro USD?
USD. I'm still bullish on this guy based on what we had from last week. And though the candle seems to be red, but I feel that the buyer seems to be more active because they are pushing the price to the upside. You understand that now? And on 4 hours, I have a valid open down here, which will be a very good open. Market push back to that level for us to take a buy to the upside. Very good. Currently now we are having a reaction here. And
Okay.
let's check from this low to this high. Let's check. That means the reaction here is at 50% of the retracement. You understand that now? So let's check
Yeah.
1 hour. Yeah, even though on 1 hour, check very well on 1 hour. The market did not even mitigate the 1 hour up or down. Can you see that?
Okay.
Yeah. So if you are trading liquidity graph, it's still a very good area to take a buy from. You understand that now? This particular
Yes.
phobia because market just induce that level. For me, I was looking at the 4 hours, which is the best trip here. So my plan was this level should be a kind of liquidity area. Can you see that? So what are you looking at? That's my view. But I was not ready to trade Euro US. That's why I just took it out. What are you looking at from your own hand?
I'm looking at that the same 4 hours.
Maybe the one down here, right?
Yes.
Anyone also looking at Euro USD? Caleb.
Hello, Mr.
What
Banks.
I
Sorry,
did?
my Wi-Fi turned off.
Oh, so Mr. Caleb, I know you trade Euro USD and GU also, right?
EU buys.
Okay. You're also looking at buy on EU, right?
Yes, sir.
What of Caleb? It's the same buy.
This same, Mr. Banks, can I see your buy, please?
Oh, okay. was bringing you hints. Let me quickly show you. So she's about I even request for it. The extreme 4 hours. No, me, no. She asked me to do the analysis. That what am I looking at? And I said
Okay.
I'm looking at the extreme on the 4 hours for a buy continuation.
Oh, okay.
So are you ready to share your screen now? We have about 7 minutes to go so that you can complete that of your.
Okay, let me.
So she's about you see what I'm saying.
What did you say, Mr. Banks?
I said you see what I'm saying. So you have to watch fundamentals very well in trading this for the week. We'll
Okay.
be expecting. I'll be updating the group based on the fundamentals too. I'm ready to do some more work.
So, Mr. Barnes, I'm done with this. I'm done with analyzing this BTC already now.
Okay.
Yeah. So why I took the sell was because I saw the shift.
Yeah.
Then I saw this trend line here. I know it broke out and it retests. I know there'll be liquidity up here for the breakout and retest traders. And I saw this double top and this liquidity. So I marked out the OB after the internal shift. And I'm just taking the sell from there. Hopefully it goes well. So I have this buy setup on EU. So if you look at the monthly on EU, you can see this trend line. And we broke out of this trend line on the monthly time frame. We tested it and we are aggressively pushing up. If you come down to the weekly, we are bullish on the weekly. Down to the daily, we are also bullish on the daily. And if you see all of these OBs here, they have been mitigated, and we have only this OB here. This break of structure to the upside. Our 4 hours is also bullish, and we have this zone here below the 50% level and this 0.786 level here. So I drop down to the 1 hour because I know if I see a change of character from this level, I can take the continuation. So I drop down to 1 hour, and on 1 hour, this is what I found on 1 hour. I saw price this OB here, price swap this liquidity, and give me this shift to the upside. So I just
please before you go,
yes,
right? Stanley,
yes,
can you
sir.
hear me? If you check the
I can hear you, sir.
This 1 hour, do you notice that the 1 hour did not really mitigate this OB here?
Yes. This is actually the 1 hour here, this particular place. Yes, it's 1 hour. Exactly. So as I saw this shift here, this is actually just the particular range here. Sorry. This is 4 hours here.
To me, you should have just waited for that 4 hours of it, because me, I'm seeing this 1 hour area as kind of liquidity. The market would like to grab.
We'll see how it goes now. Yeah. So on 15 minutes, I have this on 15 minutes. So this is the shift. This is the shift to the upside, aligning with the 4 hours. So 15 minutes was clear bearish. So if you see, we are seeing like the break of structure to the downside, and we had this shift to the upside, tapping that 50% of the 4 hours level, because sometimes price doesn't have to like get to the light. So from after it has given us this bullish trend of character to the upside, I have this key level here where price has acted as like support and resistance over like the past weeks. And there's also a double bottom under, and I know there'll be a lot of stop loss here. I have this inducement level here, and then this is this supply level that flipped to demand here, and taking out this sweep. There's this tiny trend line this week liquidity grab here, and then I just marked out the OB, just waiting for price to come down, tap me in, and then I'll just take my TP before this aggressive sales here. And you can see that there's buy pressure here. So hopefully just goes my way. So that's the setup I have for EU, sir.
Okay, let me show you something. Based on what you showed me now, you know I'm saying this as a kind of fast movement, then all these movements to this your OB here.
Yes.
Will you be looking for sell if market come back to this OB? That's the question.
If market comes back to this place, if I see a shift.
Oh, okay.
Yes. That's what I'm taking. That's I'm not extending. That's I'm just taking my TP here.
Oh, okay.
Although I'll close most of my
entries.
Most of my entry at my 1 to 5 around here.
Okay. Yeah. That's clear then. That's clear then. So based on what we have, I think for the Euro USD, we are all seeing almost the same thing. Because weekly, daily, 4 hours, the whole movement seems to be bullish. And since we're having the war, I want us to be very careful with anything USD. The best thing we can do is make sure any fundamentals you are seeing now, please always take note of it to help us to stay away from the goes of the war. You understand that now? Then for the sake of okay, since you are trading the internal structure, both the internal structure and the external structure are even in the same direction now. So your buy is still valid. My own condition is that 1 hour did not really mitigate the 1 hour hope,
Mitigate, yes,
so
yes.
the market can still push back to that level that will give us reason to be able to join the long time buy. I think that's a very good one. That's very good. So Mr. Caleb, we're also on the same page, right? For the EU.
Mr. Caleb is on 4 hours.
Yes, I'm on
4
4
hours
hours.
OB. I also
4 hours
have
OB.
that OB marked out. So I'll
Oh,
see
okay.
if I get liquidated. Yeah, I'm waiting for it on that 4 hours OB.
So let's see what it gives us. And by Tuesday, we know how far in respect to this particular movement on the 4 hour time frame. And Stanley, so will you be on the trading floor by Tuesday?
So basically, Mr. Banks, I've just been like, because I have like a class I'm attending and stuff. So it has just been clashing with my time. And
Okay.
yes, that's just the reason why I've not been able to. But I should, whenever I want to like come, I'm going to let you know first, then I'll come around.
No problem.
Because I noticed that we don't do like Tuesday and Thursdays anymore.
Yeah, we had a plan on that. I was even expecting Gideon to be available too. We had a plan on that. We'll be doing that this week.
Yes, sir.
So guys, I will send him the video the next few hours. And for those of us who likes to go over it, then send it to your friends. I wish us a profitable week ahead. Monday, good to have you back, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right. I wish us a blue week ahead, guys.